Seeing his beloved son stabbed, the father snapped instantly and charged straight at the attacker. But what he didn't expect was that the attackers had actually deliberately left one of their own behind at the crime scene. Faced with this situation, John rushed over without hesitation, determined to make them pay. But in the struggle, he accidentally tore off the man's mask. With just one glance, John burned the killer's face into his memory. Yet once the murderer escaped, John realized his son had stopped breathing. Even after the doctors tried everything, they still couldn't save him. What shattered John and his wife even more was learning that their son didn't die from blood loss, but because the blood had flooded his lungs, choking him in unimaginable agony. And that was the moment John's resolve for revenge solidified. He swore those killers would feel the same pain his son endured in his final moments. So on the day of the hearing, when the judge asked John if he could confirm the suspect was the killer, John claimed it was too dark and he didn't get a clear look, because he knew perfectly well the local law would only give the murderer 3 years. Not only would the guy avoid real punishment, he'd also get to hide safely in prison. And to think John and his son were only stopping at a gas station, yet the boy became a sacrifice for some gang's initiation ritual. So the reason John gave false testimony was simple. He wanted to avenge his son with his own hands. What made it even more infuriating was that, the moment the judge announced the killer's release, the murderer's buddies gathered right outside the courthouse, cheering because he had slipped past the law. What they didn't know was that John was watching their every move. Hearing their celebration